Okay, hi everybody. Welcome class of 2024, current sophomores, rising juniors, parents, guardians, and students. We are going to do a quick walkthrough of the pre-registration process for your classes for next year. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we can get rolling here. All right, so this is what it looks like. So students access this through Blackboard. There's a link on there that says pre-registration for the 22-23 school year. Students, when you go to log on to that, your username is the first part of your email address before the @cbchs.org. And then your password is the one you use all the time to get on your computer. So everybody should be able to get on there pretty easily. If you have any questions or problems with that, just let your counselor know or go stop by the help desk, the IT help desk, and we'll help you get on there. Once you get on, it looks like this. There's a couple of things to preface the discussion with, and I'll be quick on these, but they're really important. One is, for any questions about anything related to what we're talking about here, your counselors want to support you all the way through and can answer really any questions you have about the pre-registration process. Your current core class teachers are the best people to ask about your placement for next year in terms of rigor level. Is it an honors class or not? Do you need to increase the pacing of the class or not? Is everything going okay the way it is? Is it appropriate for me to consider taking a third year of world language, etc.? Your teachers are really the best resources for that, but come see your counselor anytime on any of this stuff as well. And then the online course guide is another thing to highlight before we begin looking at how the portal works for your actual choices. So pre-registration is the process through which students choose their classes for the following year. It is a long process and there's many steps to it. The first step of which is you choosing the classes that you're requesting for next year. We then make every effort to get you into the classes that you want to take, if they're appropriate for you and deemed appropriate by your teachers and others. And every effort is made to get you guys into the classes that you want to take for next year. When that doesn't happen, we have built-in software parts of the pre-registration portal that can fill in the gaps of the class. If your first choices aren't available, we get you into your second, third, fourth, etc. choices. All kinds of information is available to you on the CBC online course guide. So you can either click through the link on the pre-registration portal or just Google CBC online course guide and it'll take you right here. This is a great document. First off, on the pre-registration stuff, it tells you when the deadline is for you to submit your choices. And this year it's Monday, February 7th at 3 p.m. Please, as you go through this process here, or you're looking at it for the first time, or you realize you still have conversations to have about it, you can always save your work as you go. Save your work as you go, but then make sure you do submit by February 7th, okay, at the latest. And then after you submit, you can see what happens after that here at CBC. The other helpful part, one of the other helpful parts of the online course guide is each subject area you can click on and you can see all of the courses available in that subject area. So I will go ahead and click on science right now. And I see over here on the left, physics, honors physics, chemistry, all the classes we offer right through zoology. And course descriptions for each one are included in here. For example, since I mentioned zoology, let's click on that one. We see that it's a 1 semester class. You can earn a half credit. It is open to seniors, so you guys couldn't take this one next year, but you could think to yourself, maybe I'll take that as a senior. You need 3 years of previous science courses, and then there's a course description here. If it's interesting to you, think about taking that for senior year. Prerequisites, a moment on that. Before, requisite, required. For anyone who doesn't know what a prerequisite is, it is a requirement that you must satisfy before you are eligible to take a class. So in this case, the prerequisites are, well, you have to be a senior, as mentioned, and then you need department approval, and you need 3 years of previous courses. Those are known as prerequisites, and you'll see those on various classes that you click on the course descriptions for. Another thing that is helpful here, extra helpful, is the course sequence diagram. These are available for social studies, science, and math. And you can follow along. You guys are sophomores, so you could find yourself on this map so far. You all took physics if you were here at CBC last year. You're all taking chemistry now. If you're in honors chem, you're here. If you're in chemistry, you're here. And then you can follow the arrows to the courses. And you see that it opens up senior year. There's more arrows. If we were to quickly click on the math version of the course sequence diagram, you see a little bit more wacky situation with the arrows. You find yourself as a freshman, and then you follow the arrow to where you are this year, and then you can see which arrows might be taking you to the most appropriate class for your junior year, and then you could get a little preview of what you might do senior year here as well. Also, on the online course guide, you can click on graduation requirements. I'll refer to these a couple of times as we go, but know that these are the different number of units that are required to graduate from CBC, with the all-important 26 total credit minimum that you have to get to. And the others here that are required in order for you to graduate, for example, 4 units of religion, 3 units of math, although most of our guys get to 4, etc. I'll mention each of these as we go. All right, so back to the portal. Let's get rolling here. You start at the top with world language. You guys are sophomores. Many of you are in your second year of world language, Spanish, French, or Chinese. If it's going well for you, you're enjoying it, and your teacher agrees that it's a good idea for you to pursue more advanced world language, go ahead and select a 3rd year of world language. If you are muddling your way through world language 2nd year and you're not really enjoying it, you're not eager to learn more, I think getting 2 years is probably a good place to call it for now. But don't ever take one person's opinion on that and run with it. Talk to your teachers, talk to your parents and guardians, talk to an administrator, talk to your friends, talk to whomever you want. But as long we really want most of our guys to try to get through 2 years of world language, and about 80% of our students do earn 2 units of world language. The reason we want that to happen is because many colleges do require, or at least softly require, 2 units of world language to be admitted to the school. So we really encourage you guys to do that, but that's not always possible. And if it's not, that's okay. Many colleges don't require 2 units of world language. Have a conversation with us about that decision. But if it's going well and you're in the 2nd year, go ahead and register for a 3rd year. If you are in your 2nd year and you're not going to, you don't leave it as no selection made. Go down to the bottom and choose no world language. So I'll pretend I'm not taking world language next year. Our objective here is to get the number down here for total units to be a 7, right down here, okay? You want that to get to 7 because you register for 7 units a year. Junior English, as well as junior math, as well as junior science and junior history, are all no decisions to be made right now for you guys. Talking about each one, all of you guys will take English 3 next year. Some might take AP or Honors English 3, and the rest will take English 3. You don't decide that primarily. That's primarily decided by your teachers. Pretty much the same is true for math. Regardless of which box you're on that course sequence diagram we showed before, regardless, you're going to ride one of those arrows, and it's primarily up to your teacher. That does not mean you don't have input in it or you can't ask questions about it. Please know that you can ask questions about any of this anytime you want. Junior science, you're all in chem this year. You're all going to be placed into AP Bio or Bio for next year. That's why we don't give you a choice. You're placed. History, same as English and same as these others. Your teacher will place you in there. A note on English and history for junior year. The most rigorous level is AP level. You may be placed into AP English 3 and AP US History. The next rigor level is American Experience. And that class, along with American Visions, the next level after that, are taught in concert. The history is studied incorporating the literature of the time, and the literature of the time is taught considering the history of the time. And that's true of both American experience and American Visions, okay? And then if you're in none of those three, you will be in US History 2/3, I believe, and also English 3. Any of this, I could be wrong on any small part of this. Always, the online course guide is always guaranteed accurate. PE here, health or no health. If you have to take health before you graduate, that's one of those required classes. Very simple, you have to take a semester of health. If you are a sophomore who hasn't taken it yet, think about taking it for junior year. If you don't take it next year, you have to take it senior year or over the summer or something. So give that some thought. If you have room for it in your elective choices, you want to not leave it till senior year to give yourself more breathability as a senior, go ahead and choose health for junior year. I just did. Okay, morality and Christian vocation is a mandatory class for juniors. But for the second semester of religion, or you might have a first semester, but for the other religion for next year, you choose between honors world religions and world religions. There is a prerequisite for honors world religions that you can find on the course guide, but I'll just tell you right here, it's a 3.0 or better, I believe, for honors world religions. If you want to take an honors religion class, choose that, and then choose the other one as your backup plan. This is functionality left over from the Rising Seniors pre-registration. So don't sweat it too much, but just if you put world religions first, then put honors world religions second, and vice versa, okay? And then we already have these done. Now, let's see how we're doing on the total units that we've registered so far. We're at 5.5, right? Because we would be at 5, but I chose health, and I'm not taking a world language next year. If you're taking health and a world language, that number right now would be 6.5. As I said earlier, your job is to get to 7, so we go to electives to get to 7. Now, time to discuss those other requirements that you have to take before you graduate. So outside of the core classes that you're required to take and the religion classes you're required to take, you do need 2 seasons or 2 classes of PE. PE are PE, of course, Intro to Weight Training or Advanced Weight Training. Those are the 3 classes that work toward that requirement, or seasons of team sports. You need 2 seasons or 2 classes or a combination of a season and a class to satisfy the PE requirement. Okay, so if you're a sophomore who swam as a freshman and then you didn't swim this year, you have earned a half unit or a semester of PE credit, and you need 1 more. And if you think to yourself, well, I'm going to play lacrosse next year, so there's my second season, that's fine. If you're not planning on doing any more sports, you have to take either weight training or PE. So I'm going to pretend that's my situation, that I still do need another PE, but all of you guys need 2, okay? 2 seasons or 2 classes or a combination. I'm going to take Intro to Weight Training next year because I was just doing 1 season of a team sport in my planned high school career. All right, so weight training is there. The other ones to keep in mind are you have to take a leadership class, which all of you guys who are here as freshmen all took a freshman leadership class. So you're required to take a leadership class and then personal finance before you graduate. So personal finance, the ideal time to take that is a junior. And there may be honors personal finance available for next year for you guys. I think there is. If you're an honorsy guy, you like taking those weighted classes and check the prerequisites on it, but you might be able to take that as a junior. If you don't take it as a junior, you have to take it as a senior or over the summer, of course. So consider personal finance for next year or senior year. I'm going to try to take it next year. The other requirements to keep in mind are fine art requirements. So we talked about health, we talked about PE, we talked about practical arts, leadership, and personal finance. both of which are required. All of those are required. And then you have fine arts. This is anything related to the visual arts like drawing, painting, ceramics, photography, or anything with the theater program like acting, improv, advanced theater, theater stagecraft, video production, or anything related to the music department like piano, guitar, rock history. Okay, these are all fine arts. You have to take 2 semesters of fine arts before you graduate. If you did band for even 1 year, you've satisfied it. That's 2 semesters of fine arts. If you haven't, you go and look for, you might not want to leave both for senior year, so you might want to knock out at least one as a junior. And a lot of these you might not know, like what is digital media? Not sure. Check that course guide. So digital media is there, acting, design, painting. I really think if I'm trying to channel my high school self, I'm going to learn guitar. I always wish I learned guitar. So I'm going to take guitar, and that is one of my 2 required fine arts. I took painting when I was a freshman, so I know I don't need another one. Let's see how I'm doing on the total number here. Oh, I'm at 7. I'm at 7 units. Now, guys, if you're not concerned with satisfying these requirements, you can take any elective. You don't have to take these if you've satisfied any of them or if you want to leave until senior year. So keep that in mind as you're choosing your electives. We want you guys taking, yes, rigorous classes all the time is the most rigorous as appropriate for your learning to maximize that learning, but we also want you taking classes that you're interested in. A true strength of CBC is the elective options here. We have so many of them, it's awesome. All right, guys, from here, go to alternate electives. You have to do this before you submit. You can save right now, but you can't submit because you haven't chosen your 5 alternate electives. It's explained right here. The alternate electives are the backup plan for what's above. Okay, if we can't get you into any of these electives, we go right down here to this list in order. 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5. So the order here is important. The order up here does not matter. So the order here is important, and you have to fill in 5. I'm just going to quickly do it so I can show you that submit is available. And I'm going to try to think if there's anything else I need to tell you guys before we finish up. Make sure you have it done by Monday, February 7th at 3 p.m. No reason not to. We're all here for you. I'm just randomly picking them here. Just want to scroll down more to get a little bit of diversity here. Project-based physics. And I still need one more. And you'll see once I click on that class, then the submit button. Oh, once I click on this class, you'll see the submit button. It turns black and I can submit now. Guys, you know where to find us if you have any questions. Thanks a lot for watching this and good luck in the process. Thank you.